Hi, and welcome back to It's Not Rocket Science, 5 Questions Over Coffee. My coffee is here. It's nearly gone, actually, because it's been a lot to do this morning. And I'm really grateful that we've got time from Ben Dickie this morning to talk to us. Ben is the Chief Revenue Officer and co-founder of the HiveMind Consulting Network, a global network of really business technology consultants driven by a lot of shared values and a desire to make a positive, sustainable change in business today. So Ben, I'm really grateful for you making a few minutes for us today. Thank you for your contribution to It's Not Rocket Science, 5 Questions Over Coffee.
Delighted to be here, although my coffee's sadly empty as well.
What can I say? Sometimes you have to actually stop drinking the coffee and do work. But we'll try and avoid that for the next few minutes. Listen, just tell us a little bit about sort of what you're trying to achieve with HiveMind. Who are the sort of people that you're attempting to help overcome some of the problems they've got in a different way?
Sure. Yeah. So we founded HiveMind. It's our 10-year anniversary, or our 10th birthday this year.
Yeah.
We've got 2 distinctly different customers as we see it. So our focus, I think, to answer your question, is primarily with medium and large sized enterprises. So executives and business leaders within enterprise organizations who are transforming and changing their business, or they're looking to innovate. And so with that customer group in mind, we founded HiveMind really to provide a more flexible and dynamic way for execs in those organizations to access expertise, so external consulting support at the right time and for just the right amount of time. So enabling them to interact with transformation specialists or innovation specialists like yourself, Stuart, to move their business forward in a really meaningful way. And our other customer group is the independent experts, so individuals who, for a variety of reasons, it's becoming more and more popular, or more and more commonplace, decided to leave industry and set up their own consulting business, or strike out as an independent contractor. The HiveMind Network provides an environment for them to share and learn with others. It's a network of like-minded individuals with, as you said, a shared set of principles or values, but ultimately driven to do the work that they enjoy and love, and to make an impact and a difference for clients and the wider community.
And we could talk for hours about sort of the value of shared learning and shared networks, but for the purposes of this, because I'm hoping that what we've got are people who are watching us, who are that target customer that you're trying to help. They will have been working with traditional consultancies, small independent consultants themselves. What is the problem that they really face that you are addressing in a slightly different way of working?
Yeah, I mean, every client that we work with is unique. I think they have their own, their own culture and their own ways of working. The common threads that we see are specifically around change and transformation, or changing big organizations is really, really hard. And it starts with the exec leadership and the vision for change and transformation. And I would say then, having worked on more than a dozen large transformation programs, I think most organizations underestimate the impact and investment needed in change management. So once they've set a vision and a course of direction, it's really all about the people in the organization, and probably some of the more challenging environments that we've worked in are those where change management and the effort required there and investment required there has been underestimated, and the ones more successful, where we've been working with them from the beginning, is really right sizing that effort, understanding the impact of the change that they want to make on the people in the business, and then proactively managing that on an ongoing basis.
So the HiveMind is obviously better at estimating some of those things. Where does that expertise come from?
It comes from the second group of customers that I mentioned. So we've now got over 2,000 leading independent consultants and expert, really practitioners. So these are people who've been successful and had successful careers over the years, and have now decided to set up their own business or to become independent. And some of that's I think having a fractional role, or being able to support one or two or more clients is becoming more attractive to people with expertise, and HiveMind provides an environment where all of our members are able to retain their own independence, so still free to go and win work outside of HiveMind and continue supporting customers that they've worked with previously, but also have the opportunity then to work on projects and engagements as a collective, where their unique experience is valuable to one of our end clients' challenges and issues. So we organize those experts in communities of excellence, and then look to surface the leading approaches, and also learn from unsuccessful interactions as well.
Yeah, it's those. It's as I've often had to explain it to people when they turn around and ask, so what is it that's different about somebody like you? And the answer is, I've got the story, the war stories to tell, the scars that I can prove that's not the way you do it. I've found a better way now.
Yeah, it's exactly that, Stuart. I think all of the practitioners in our communities have probably as many lessons learned from things that didn't quite go to plan in their corporate career as they have got awards and stars for real successful outcomes that they've achieved, and what we enable when we're taking our clients, the end clients, the enterprise clients, on a journey through change and transformation or innovation, is bringing to bear really all of that experience, so that we can help them avoid mistakes that folks in our organisation have made in the past.
Yeah, brilliant. Ben, I think you've got I'm just going to pop it up now. I think there's a valuable piece of free advice or guidance, however you'd like to describe it, that I've just put on screen now, which is at assess.hivemindconsulting.com/transform1. Do you want to just describe what that valuable offer is?
Sure. Yeah, it's taking on taking the learnings and the insight from our transformation and change community. We built a sort of a short, maybe 5 to 10 minute online assessment that looks at transformation readiness. So if you're either about to embark on a change and transformation program, or you're in the middle of one and it's not going as well as it could, it's really just an online diagnostic to get to in six core areas what might be the root cause of the transformation program not going as smoothly as it could, or really just to make sure that you've got you're considering the core the core elements of transformation ahead of getting started and making a big investment and a big change in the business.
So leading into that, is there a particular course or book or program or something which has led you to understand how those elements are important to transformation and how to better do things as you're advocating than more traditional consultancies might make it?
It's a really good question. There's huge amounts of literature on transformation and change, and there's lots of frameworks and methods and tools out there. I think probably one of the advantages that HiveMind brings is that we've got such a broad church of practitioners and specialists and experts, and so we try not to make the clients fit the methodology, and rather understand the client's environment and look to leverage the right tools or methods. I think you mentioned, is there a book or a resource, and one that we went through last year actually. There's a book club for the practitioners in the network, and one of the books that was in the book club last year was Be More Pirate, which I don't know if you've come across.
I've come across that one. That's one to go on my list.
Really odd title, but actually a fascinating read, and kind of draws parallels between the pirates of the famous pirates of the Caribbean and the Blackbeards, and how they were really driving and there are lasting impacts of kind of pirate culture in our society today. So the real strong message that comes out in that book is how smaller focused groups of people working together can have a really significant impact, and that's our unwittingly or unknowingly kind of core to how we work at HiveMind, having small groups of really dedicated and committed people working together to achieve really big things.
And it's absolutely critical that every single one of those persons has a parrot, a patch, and a peg leg to go with it, Ben? Or are those now optionals in the pirate world?
Yeah, it's totally optional, and
okay.
No
good to know. Good to know.
No pirate nicknames are given out. It's a So I personally recommend having a read of that if you haven't.
It's on the list. I will go and look out my my hat and eye patch and immediately see what I can do about it. We're kind of coming towards the end, Ben. So there must be one question that you're currently thinking, which he'd asked me about such and such. And so this is the bit where I sit back and go, well, you can do the work for once in your life. So what is the question that I should have asked you by now? And obviously, once you have given me what the question is, you will obviously need to answer it. So what's the question you want me to ask you? And then please give us the answer to it anyway.
Okay. I think for me, the question and where we would be how can people get started working with HiveMind, and what's part of the most valuable work that we do, and I'd say really it's helping organizations create their future vision. So considering where they are and really working with an external organization on tapping into the knowledge and experience that they've got across their senior executives, setting a really strong vision up for changing or transforming the organization is probably the most important activity to undertake to ensure success, and it's something that we've got really, really strong practitioners, lots of really great experience in doing and achieving, and from mid-sized organisations right the way through to FTSE 100 businesses, and I think very, very much along the theme of the pirate book, with a really small initial team and small initial investment. That's the starting point to kicking off successful change and transformation.
Ben, that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your time today. Just point people back to that free assessment, which is assess.hivemindconsulting.com/transform1. And if you'd like to get onto the mailing list to hear other brilliant speakers, I send an email letting people know who's coming up, and so that you can prepare and get ready to ask questions on the live chat. Get onto that list by going to link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk/newsletter. That's link.thecompleteapproach.co.uk/newsletter, and we'll see you at another one of these in a few days' time. Ben, I really appreciate you spending a few minutes with us now. Thank you so much for spending some of your, I know it's valuable time because you're a busy guy. I really appreciate you coming on and telling us a bit more about the HiveMind.
No problem, sir. It was a pleasure.